Hey fellow book lovers, it's Sarah. Welcome to another video. For this video, what I'm going to be showing you is my January wrap-up and my February TBR. I'm going to be showing you the books that I've read in January and the books that I'm planning on reading in February. So let's get right into showing you the books that I read in January and the books that I am planning on reading in February. So the first book that I read in January was the Scorch Trials graphic novel. Now for this, I was really excited to read it because I love the Maze Runner, and this is pretty much kind of like a prequel to the Scorch Trials movie in a way. It has all these little stories in them about Brenda and Jorge, about Eris and Groupie, about a new character named Mary Cooper who was in the movie who was not in the books, and Ava Page. I thought that it was really good. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars because there are just some stories in here, or one story, that I just wanted a little bit more or wanted it to be a little bit more developed. But overall, I really did enjoy this graphic novel. The next book that I read in January is The Game of Lives by James Dashner. Now, this book is the third and final book in James Dashner's new series, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars as well, because at some parts it was kind of difficult for me to get through it. Some parts were just like, I really just wanted to get through it and I didn't really feel like I was really into it. So yeah, but overall, I really did like this book, and I am very satisfied with how this series ended. I'm happy. Thank you, James Dashner. In the end, if you read this book, then you will know what I mean. If you did really like the characters, I mean, my favorite character was Michael, who is the main character. I really just was so interested in the story and how it was gonna all end, and I'm just so really happy with the ending. For this series, I really like the series, but I love the Maze Runner series way more than I do this series. I mean, I still really thought the story was really interesting, and James Dashner at telling stories, like, wow, okay. He kind of blows my mind every time I probably read another one of his books, and this is actually the 7th book that I own of him and the 7th book that I've read of him. So I can't wait for the next book that he's going to be coming out with. And I already know what that book is, and that's The Fever Code. If you don't know what it is, it's another prequel to the Maze Runner series, and I'm so excited for that book. So that was my January wrap-up. Now let's move on to my February TBR. So the first book that I'll be reading in February is The City of Ember by Jean Duprow. If you don't know what this book is about, I have made a book haul video, which is my previous video, with this book in it, and I explain what the book is about. So I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to know what this book is about. I'm really excited to get to this book because ever since I saw the movie, which I really did like the movie, I thought it was really interesting, so I wanted to read the series, and now I finally am going to. I only own the first book in the series, and there are 4 books in this series. Since I really love dystopian sci-fi kind of books, which this is what it is, and it's kind of like also could be a middle grade kind of book, which I don't really mind reading middle grade books. So I am hoping to get through this really fast and maybe even read the sequel this month too. Also, I didn't say this in my book haul video, but this book cover is actually really shiny. Really shiny. The next book that I'm planning on reading in February is The Forsaken by Lisa M. Stas. I want to read this because it sounds really interesting, and it sounds very similar to Hunger Games and Maze Runner, and of course, if you know me, I love them both so much, so I can't wait to start reading this. And this is a first book in a series, or trilogy, so there's only 3 books, and I looked this book up at the library website, and there's only this book and the sequel, so the 3rd book is not there, so I'm probably going to have to order it online if I do really enjoy this book. And I'm hoping that I do. So it is another dystopian, post-apocalyptic, maybe sci-fi-ish kind of world, so I'm really excited to get to this book. The 3rd book that I have planned to read is going to be a book from the library. I haven't decided on which book yet, but it will be a book from the library, because there are a lot of books that are at the library that I really do want to read. It's on my TBR list on my Goodreads. If you want to be friends with me on Goodreads, then I'll leave the link in the description down below. If you want to know what that book is from the library that I end up choosing, then you'll just have to stay tuned to my February wrap-up, which will be at the end of this month or in the beginning of the next month, if you really want to know what the book is that I chose. So I think that's all I have for you today. I hope you have an amazing day. I love you all so much, and remember to look out for my next video, which will be coming out sometime soon. Bye, fellow book lovers!